we're good. Just apologize, technical issues. This is the first time I went ahead and scheduled one and tried to see how things are going from that end. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Just want to say thank you so much to everybody who is tuning in live. Hopefully you're able to watch this, and hopefully the quality is decent because I am sitting here in my hotel and I don't know how great the coverage is. So we'll go ahead and see how that is. And let me come over here. But so I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about it. It's really been great down here in Vegas, being able to go to the ISSA show. It is, for those of you that may not know, ISSA is the International Sanitary Solutions Association. I may have that a little bit wrong, but what it is, it's the global cleaning industries big conference that they do. They do 2 of these a year, one in North America, and I believe one, well, obviously somewhere else. But anyway, so this is the one that happens here, and I wanted to attend it because not only is it dealing with commercial, but it also deals with a lot of residential, which is what we do. But I wanted to go and share with you my biggest takeaways here and kind of what I got from being here this weekend. While it really, we're going to start out with telling you a little bit about how it looks for my business and what it means to me as a business owner. But I also want to share with you how it can impact you and your family and kind of give you a little bit of application from that point. So one of the main things that has come across for me during this time is dealing with things like intentionality, making sure you get your goals, what is your mission and vision for your company. And also a big part of that is company culture. You know, I know that culture and a lot of these other words are like these big buzzwords that people like to throw around. But let me go ahead and kind of explain what culture means. It really is just that feeling, that vibe you get when you're around a group of people in different situations. So like when you go to work, what is that feeling you have when you go to your place of employment? When you go to like church, there's a specific feeling, a vibe that you get by being around those group of people. And now that can either be intentional, where it's designed by that, and they work really hard at creating that kind of feeling, that emotion that comes through, that vibe that you get, that sense, or it can be just haphazard. It can be one of those things where you see this a lot in toxic, what we would consider a toxic situation or culture, groups of people that when you get around them, they just make you feel icky, you know? So if any of this is kind of like ringing with you, if we're getting any good stuff here, just let me know, because I'm kind of curious as to what you're getting. I don't see anything in my chat area, but let me try to check out my phone here, because we're going to be here just a little bit, but let's go ahead and check this out. And so we just want to see if this is actually going live. Technology is such a fun thing. Well, it says I am live, but I'm not seeing anything. So hopefully if you are watching us live, go ahead and give us a like, give us a love, give us whatever you want. Give us an angry face if you're just like, what the heck is this idiot talking about? But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. So as we were talking about, culture, and that's a real big thing as to, for a company, like what is the vibe that I want in my company? Just as I've been talking about this and going over this stuff this weekend, one of my vision for the company and the mission is still being worked on. Unfortunately, we've been around for a while and I haven't really solidified that. To be honest, when I started this company, it was merely to take care of my family. I wanted a means that I could control my own destiny, my own income, my own situation, and because I want to provide for my family. Right now, we have 5 kids, so that's a lot of mouths to feed. That's a lot of hopes, dreams, just people to take care of. So that's why I started this company originally. But as I've been in it long enough, it's changed. It's not about me. It's about the people that I serve. It's about, and the people that I serve is not only our customers, but it's also my team members, our employees. And my vision is that we would become the kind of place that our employees come to, because it's a place that they go to get better. My hope is that anyone who walks through our doors and becomes an employee of ours and joins our team, that they would leave whenever that is, but they would leave better than they were when they came in. I want to be able to help them be equipped for their own future success. And I know that's not easy. There's, we learn a lot of stuff in school, but there's a lot of the general stuff that happens in our lives that we don't get the opportunity to learn, like how to speak in front of a crowd, or even not even a crowd, but just to go in comfortably into a room and mingle with them and network, and how to make contacts, and how to, apply for another job and do resumes, or how to even get yourself out there. One of the other things too that I'm passionate about is getting people out of debt. I'd love to be able to offer that to my team members, and be able to help them figure out ways to get out of debt, stay out of debt, and feel like they're making traction in their life. Because one of the things that I know personally that holds people back is their finances. And that can be this big, overwhelming, like, elephant in the room that we just want to ignore. And I don't want my people to have to deal with that. And then also, and part of our vision is to be able to just provide a sense of belonging, sense of purpose in not only the general life, but also what we do for business, not business, but what they do for work. I personally believe, I don't know what you guys believe, but I have a Christian faith, and I really believe that work was created by God and it is good, but it doesn't always feel that way. And I think that's because we get things mixed up, and I want to be able to provide, as part of our culture, a way to look at work in a different way that allows them to feel that sense of, like, this is good. The other thing is our mission. And my mission is to help more people clean less and live more. Because, cleaning is something that it's going to need to be done. It's one of those things like getting the trash taken out, just all those mundane things. And they're important, and they make a difference in our lives. But I really don't feel that most people should be doing that on their own. I want to provide that service so that our customers can literally clean less and live more, spend their time doing the things that matter and make a difference, building memories, with their friends, their family, pursuing things that just they never seem to have the time, because the mundane tasks of life just seem to get in the way. And so part of I'm looking at our mission, and that's really kind of the direction that I'm wanting to take. So with all this here, and we're talking about goals and how you get to a next level and take, for me, for the company, take my company from being good to being great, it really revolves around setting up that culture and creating this core, which is made up of our core values. And for those who may not know, our core values at Meticulous Man Services are to be responsible. We don't pass the buck. We don't go, oh, well, it was them. We want to take personal responsibility, 100% responsibility for whatever our part is in anything that happens. And I don't want to have people on my team that are the kind of blaming, finger-pointing type people. Even if it wasn't our fault, there's definitely something we could have done better. And that's what we want to search for. That's what means to me for us to be responsible. The second one is for us to consider others. Now, I don't know about you, but I really get ticked off when I'm going through the grocery store and somebody just cuts me off with their cart, or they walk in front of me. And it's not that in itself. It's when they either look at you like, how dare you, you should have been out of my way, or they just don't acknowledge you. We want to consider others. It really gets my blood boiling when I see things where it doesn't feel somebody's actually thinking about the other person and how their actions affect them. So as a company, when we go into your home, we want to consider you, like, so how are you going to feel? And What is this going to be like for you when you come back home? And as teams, we want to consider, how does this interact with my coworker, and how does my actions affect them? So that's a lot of what consider others is for me. The other is make it better. Good enough is not. I don't like that idea. I'm always looking for ways to improve myself, my company, just the things around me. I always have these ideas running through my head, and I'm going, hey, if they did this, that'd be great. Because let's face it, there's always room for improvement. And I really feel that way. So that's part of our company. That's what I'm using to run and do things. The last one is keep learning, which is why I'm here. That's why I came down here to Las Vegas to the ISSA show, so that I could learn to become better. So I could become better personally, so I could become better for my company, and so I could become better for you, people that are either our customers or potentially our customers. But so that kind of gives you want to really run your company with your core values, and you want to create those so that everything comes through that. The second thing is you want to have your mission and you want to have your vision. Not necessarily in those areas, but that's your core. And so as you're creating this thing here that you want to go from good to great, you've really got to protect that core. And that means that everything you do has to flow through that. And if it doesn't match up with it, you don't change your core, you change what you're doing. And that's really important. So how does this play out for you in your individual lives, so that what I'm talking about here isn't just simply business related? All of us have an idea of where we want our lives to go. We have goals, even if we haven't written them down. We have ideas of things we want to accomplish or we wish we could accomplish. So how this works for you is it's really important that you work on the culture of your life. Now, this can be your individual or this can be in your family. With your family, you want to decide what is it you want people to feel when they come into your home, when they meet you as a family or as an individual. What is that vibe you want them to feel and get? And go ahead and write that down. Start writing down all the things you'd want people to think about and feel when they've been introduced to you or they've had some time to hang out at your home. Even if you don't like people coming over your home, just write those down. And then start looking at areas where you can make that happen. Now, what would that look like? How can you create that environment? The other thing is to figure out what is most important to you, your core values, the way that you make decisions. And a lot of that is just, we already kind of know it, but we don't know how to articulate it. So a great way to do this is to contact at least the 5 closest people to you and ask them what words best describe you. And then write those down. And then think about those things that really just, you would spend hours just fighting over, and they get under your skin and they tick you off. Those are your 5 areas that are really important to you. And between these words that you get from your 5 closest friends and the things that you think about, the words that describe some things that irritate you, you're going to find those things that are core to you. And you can tweak this as it goes and then get a better understanding. Another thing I would recommend too is, if you have not done, I'm a big proponent of personality tests and just kind of seeing how things go. So I really like the DISC profile, DISC. There's also the Myers-Briggs. There's Enneagram. That's a really good one too. And if you're a spiritual type person, if you're a Christian, go ahead and take the spiritual gifts test. There's a lot of these out there that are free, but anything you can get to understand yourself more will help you out with your core values. The second thing is to sit down and figure out, what is your overall vision for your family? What is it down the road? And the vision is like where you want to go. It's that big picture kind of crazy idea of where you want to head in your life. Write that down and just start talking about it. And then the mission is simply, what are you going to do to get there? Now, I know this has been a little bit longer than I normally do, and this is earlier than I normally come on. Like I said, I wanted to be here because when I go to normally do these, I'm going to be on an airplane or at least getting ready to fly back home, and I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So I hope that this has been informative. I apologize that I'm not able to see the chat and kind of interact with you guys. I'm going to keep working on this program I'm using so that I can get better at being able to serve you guys. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hopefully this has come out well. Hopefully it's not really crappy video or at least audio. But go ahead and leave in the comments section below just what your thoughts are, any questions you might have, and how I might be able to better serve you. If you are interested in working with us, we'd love to work with you. Go ahead and I'll put in the comments. Go ahead and visit us at meticulousmanservices.com and you can find out more about us and if we'd be a great fit for you to come take care of your home and take that off your plate and help you to clean less and live more. We'd love to do it. Until next time, I hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful weekend and we look forward to talking to you next week. Bye.